Let's be honest, all of us want to learn whatever we're learning as fast as we possibly can. Learning marching drums, mastering this instrument is no exception. What we need to do is to create an efficient and effective practice space. Our practice space that we practice in is going to consist of various bits of equipment. That's what we're going to talk about in this video. First thing you're going to need, you need to get yourself a pair of sticks. Now, we've got two types of sticks. We've got marching drumsticks, and we also have drum kit drumsticks. We need to make sure you've got the right ones. So what's the differences? Well, marching drumsticks are slightly longer than our drum kit counterparts look. They're slightly heavier, but the big difference is the girth of the stick. This guy here is 18mm side to side, whereas this one is only 14mm. When we're playing a high tension snare drum, a lot of the vibration, because of that tension, is going into the stick. So we need a stick that's nice and thick, got a good amount of mass to be able to take that vibrations without snapping, but also to transfer that energy into the head to make a nice sound. So I'm a big fan of Vic Firth. I like these Vic Firth Ralph Hardimans. They're a very standard stick for drum corps. However, there's all different brands and all different sizes that you can go and check out and see which is your favourite. If you're looking for somewhere to start though, Vic Firth, Ralph Hardimans. Good stick. Next up, practice pad. Well, this is going to be key to every drummer. This is something that you're probably going to buy lots of through your career drumming. There's all different styles, all different colours, all different types. Let's have a little look at the main things you're looking for. Well, the first thing you're looking for is the noise it makes. This guy here has got two sides. The top side is designed to sound a little bit like a high tension marching snare drum. So you'll hear it's a high pitched sound and it's loud. For a practice pad, that's almost as loud as a drum. The other side, however, is a gum rubber, a softer rubber. This one's a little bit quieter. And it feels a little bit more like a marching tenor drum, or maybe a drum kit snare drum or something like that. We're going to want to be standing up. As marching drummers, as nice as it is to just sit down in your front room, stick the TV on and have a little play, and that's got its place, some of our time, or a good majority of our time, wants to be stood up so that we can mark time if we want to, on a snare drum stand. Now, when you go into a shop and you buy a snare drum stand, if you just go in and say, can I have a snare drum stand? They're going to sell you a drum kit snare drum stand, and that's only going to come to about this high. It's not going to be high enough. You need to make sure you're asking for a concert snare drum. So concert snare drum stand is normally designed for orchestral snare drums. However, it's the perfect thing for us to use for our practice pads. Now, when you're looking at a practice pad, they come in all different sizes. We might get some small ones, we might get thick ones. Try and get yourself as big as you can possibly get. 12-inch is a good size. When we're playing marching patterns, we may play different parts of the drum, but also once we start to get into our stick tricks, we need to have a pad that's big enough that we're not going to miss the pad and lose our sticks. Now, going back to our sticks again, you may notice on that camera that this has got some tape around it. So something that marching drummers do a lot of is they get electrical tape. It's nothing special, just standard electrical tape that you'd pick up in any hardware store, and we tape our sticks. Got another video showing you how the different methods of taping our sticks, but the basics are we tape them for one, decoration. So you might want your sticks to be red because you've got a white uniform and you can see them, or you might want it red just because it looks cool. Or two, durability. When we're playing these sticks, because they're quite expensive and we're doing lots of rim shots during a show, we're going to chip away at that wood. And by having the tape on there, the tape takes a lot of the strain and it holds that wood together so it doesn't split as easy. So a standard electrical tape, get yourself some of that to go with your marching sticks. The next thing is super important, so important. Now, lots of people ignore me when I say this, but I promise you this is going to help you improve as much as you possibly can. Get yourself a mirror. You need to always be practicing into a mirror. We're going to talk a lot in this course about feedback loops. Now, feedback loops, the very basics are that basically I try and do something, I evaluate how it went, did it go right, did it go wrong, I make a plan of things to change, and I try again. Think of a baby learn to walk, that's what they do. They stand up, they fall over, they learn, they stand up, they fall over, they learn, eventually they learn to walk. Same for us. Well, we could pay someone to be a feedback loop, we could pay a teacher to come and stand with us and watch us and say, oh, move your left hand, or do this and do this. However, if you're in a mirror, all of the little habits that we're going to develop over time, bad habits, we can fix ourselves. If I bring my sticks out and they're like this, I can say, oh, this one's a bit high in the air. If I've got my arm like this, I can say, well, that's a bit high. Get yourself a mirror. Full length one is best. If you're really into improving as much as you can, multiple mirrors are even better. If you can have one from the side, you can check things that are going on here. If you've got one at an angle, you can check things that are going on there. Get yourself a mirror. Okay, the next thing then, there's kind of an alternative to a mirror really, is video. Most people these days have got one of these, the mobile phone. And mobile phones these days come with some serious technology in them, especially the cameras. Most cameras now can do slow motion, can do close-ups, can do all sorts of things. So if you get yourself online, I bought this for maybe £4, what's that, $7, something like that. So it's quite a cheap piece of kit, and it's simply a little tripod in which I can put my camera in and I can stick it on the shelf and I can record myself. If I'm practicing some hard techniques, I can put slow motion on, see what I'm doing right, see what I'm doing wrong. Get yourself one of these. Now that leads me nicely onto one of the most important things, a metronome. I like to use this little app called Pro Metronome. You can get it on Android, you can get it on your iPhones, you can get it on your tablets. It costs me, I think, £3. What's that, $5? Quite cheap. Doesn't have to be this app, there's other apps available, but just get yourself a metronome. If you like to have a separate metronome to this, you might just have yourself a little plastic one that you buy in a music shop. That's absolutely fine. These are great because you can stick a pair of headphones in, make sure you're playing in time. There's always going to be lots of extras. So you go into a music shop with some money in your pocket, you're going to come out with something that you can use for your practicing. Something that I do advise people getting is a stick bag. The reason for this is when you come to practice, you want to be able to just instantly, I'm going to do some practice, there's my pad, bang, practice. There's nothing worse than going to your pad and going, where's my sticks? And having to spend 10-15 minutes trying to find your sticks. Get a stick bag, it's always with your pad, or always on your drum. Sticks are always here. If you happen to walk past and spot them, I might have a little extra practice, get myself on here. If you can play on a drum, awesome. Now, for those guys, normal guys, let's say, who don't have a soundproof room like I've got here, or you haven't got neighbours that live 2 miles away, you're going to have to use a practice pad. All of us are going to have to think about the volumes. Even me with this soundproof studio that I've got here, I still have to think about the volumes. If I'm away in a hotel or if I'm my kids are in bed, I still have to think a little bit about the volume. And so the volume of the practice pad is going to be really important. What's the right practice pad for you? But also, I might pick myself up a little mouse mat. You can buy practice pads with these already on. Stick that on top of my pad. If I play it by the edge, you'll see that there's a massive reduction in volume. I could sit in the front room, which isn't soundproof, and sit and practice this and not annoy the wife, the kids. For you, it might be your mum, dad, it might be your neighbours, but please have a good think about volumes. There's nothing worse than going to play your drum and as soon as you start playing, somebody shouting, you're saying stop, stop, stop. Get yourself all those little things. You're going to find that your practice area is perfect for you. So to recap, stand, concert, practice pad, lots of choice. Sticks, I like Vic Firth, maybe some stick tape, maybe a stick bag, maybe a mouse mat. Get your phone, and if you can, pick yourself up a tripod. Obviously the tripods can be full length. This is just a little short one, and some kind of mobile phone holder. You'll be good to go.